On this episode of DC On Screen, Zack Snyder's Justice League is apparently a global phenomenon. James Gunn teases a top-secret DC project following Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Ben Affleck speaks about The Flash. If you're a Snyderverse fan, you're going to want to hear this episode. And we also have so much more, including lots of television news, right after these very important words from our very mysterious sponsors. Welcome into DC On Screen episode 646. On this podcast, we share our honest opinions about the DC Comics multiverse on film and television. If it has been released, it is fair game, so beware of spoilers. Also, this podcast is not safe for work, in case you missed all the big SFWs all over the place. I'm David C. Robertson. And this... the man who killed his goldfish, slept next to the corpse, and left the body at Walmart, Jason Goss.
Cooked it later. Got food poisoning.
Why would you leave it at Walmart, though?
You ever, left beef to cure for a while?
Well, sure.
It's kind of like that, but I wanted more mixed flavors. Ones I couldn't predict.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Shit came back salty.
Did you ever see Up?
No. The first 10 minutes, I ran out of tears and became dehydrated and couldn't watch the rest of the movie.
Fair enough. Are you aware that there is a dog in the movie that has a collar?
I am.
That allows them to speak?
Yeah.
So, I've never seen Up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I have seen are these delightful little shorts that Disney Plus has out called Doug Days.
Mm.
And it's the dog and the old man, who's voiced by Ed Asner.
Sure.
It's just, there's a whole episode where I think it's called New Smell. And he's just kind of running around the yard and he's smelling, and they show you the graphics of what he's smelling. It's like, a baseball mitt. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. I know you. And then, waffles. He's like, oh, I like you. Ooh, and then there's just this squiggly line comes flying up over at him, representing a new smell that he's never smelled before. And he's like, what is that smell? I need to know that smell. I don't know.
I mean,
it's
mine does that from time to time.
And
Bruce will just run off and have to find something.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it just because of your love of dogs. It is a delightful and hilarious little series.
Yeah, probably. It's fun to run across and just the shit I'm going to glance through while trying not to watch the same things with my daughter once in a while. So I'll probably find it.
But it is very, very short. It is 4 or 5 episodes, and they're 8 or 9 minutes each. But yeah, they're great.
Was it Frozen does something similar though, where they have these little shorts with some of the characters.
Oh yeah, they do it with Toy Story too.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, at least they have a thing they're doing.
Original content for Disney Plus.
Yay!
It's the holy grail of streaming services. Goodbye, theaters.
As long as they keep a few things, including and foremost Bluey, they can do what the fuck they want.
Right.
I just want access to season 3 faster, you bastards. I say this on behalf of myself and my wife, not just my child. Honestly, by the time it comes out and actually gets released here, given the timing of the first 2 seasons, it'll probably be one of the things where we try to show her, look, new episode. And she's like, oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then me and the wife are just going to stay up and watch episodes of Bluey.
She's going to be like, I'm smoking crack and studying Andy Warhol now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, Daddy. I cannot put down this Nietzsche.
I have discovered a new thing.
Did you know most of the dinosaurs that I named were named incorrectly during the Cambrian explosion?
Yes. I've learned your dirty secret, that the Cthulhu is not real.
Mm-hmm. But I have read the rest of H.P. Lovecraft, and I guarantee you his nightmares are...
I thought you were going to say... I have read the rest of Lovecraft and found him wanting.
No, it'll be and I've read the H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and that shit's racist as fuck. How do you not point this out, Daddy? I was like, well, I didn't know you were reading it yet, or I would have. I'm sorry.
Never mind. I'm off to read Huckleberry Finn.
That's exactly the one I was going to pick on.
Oh, shit.
I was 100% going that way.
Excellent.
I read 4 pages of Huckleberry Finn. Are you aware this is classic literature? Because this is bullshit. Also, may I have a graham cracker?
I must get the taste out of my mouth. Quick. Pass me the Kate Chopin. Story of an hour.
Father, I shall go stare at Matisse for an hour to get this taste out of my mouth. You mean Rembrandt? Oh, scoff. Scoff. How dare you?
All right. So, full disclosure, it's been about 26 hours since I've slept. Mm-hmm. This might be the closest anyone's come in a long time to hearing me drunk on the podcast.
On the podcast. Not me personally, but... You know.
Right. Yeah. No, not you.
I'll compare and contrast at the end about the differences.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen if you're a new listener. I swear whatever's going to happen is not completely normal. Mm. Of course, maybe you like what's happening. I don't know.
Credit. You might make it.
I know. I might. Yeah. I'm sitting here with some Gatorade Zero, got some electrolytes, that's what makes plants grow. Mm-hmm. I've got some water and I've got some highly caffeinated tea. So I've got a variety of beverages at my disposal to get me through this lump of news that we just haven't gotten to for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. And you're going to do that and then drink all the caffeine and be awake for another 24 hours. I'm going to find you dead in 3 days.
I'll be honest, man. This might be the last time they ever hear me on this podcast.
What did he die of? Complications from insomnia and arrhythmia.
Yeah.
Exacerbated by caffeine.
So before we get into the news, I would like to remind you that you can go to dconscreen.com to find links to our Patreon, where $5 a month gives you access to exclusive content. There's also a donate button and a link to our merch store if you'd like to support us in those other ways. And as always, thank you so much for any support you can throw our way. You help us keep the lights on here. I don't know if anyone noticed there was a little something different about the podcast when they downloaded it today. I have now changed our logo to a very stylized, the Batman looking style, like I've kind of transitioned over to that from the Suicide Squad. And
less buttholes.
If DC and Warner Brothers will stop being dickholes, I'll post that on the merch store in the next couple of days. And I don't know, keep your eyes peeled on Twitter and Patreon and wherever you follow us, because I'll be like, hey, it's off a certain amount because I just put it up. Mm-hmm. Come buy this thing that you can rub your titties in. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you do with shirts. Did you know?
Look, long distance runners know that for sure.
Yeah, you got to put Band-Aids on that shit, All right. This is your friendly reminder that DC Fandome is October 16th.
Woot woot.
It's just around the bend. It is not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And we've already heard that they're going to do a full-length The Batman trailer. Probably some behind-the-scenes shit, sort of like they did with the Suicide Squad last year for The Flash with Michael Keaton. I'm just so excited.
I'm pretty excited. I've gotten more excited as it gets close, which is probably, accurate for how marketing is supposed to work.
And I might be even more excited because a weird thing just happened. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring all this up first. First of all, Zack Snyder's Justice League absolutely ran away with the #1 spot on the disc sales chart for his first week available on video. Mm-hmm. And, it crushed The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which was the #2 seller for the week, 5-1. I know,
crushed is the right word. It's not even fair. Yeah. That was a Little League game that ended in the third inning.
And a box set for Snyder's 3 films, Man of Steel, BVS, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, cracked the top 20, showing up at 14, number 14. That was an expensive-ass box set. By the way, it's storming here. It's a dark and stormy night, so if you hear the rumbles, that is our outside that we can't do anything about.
Yeah.
So, by the way, though, the movie will not have that kind of success on digital charts because Warner Brothers is keeping it on HBO Max for now. So no one else has it. Now, according to Media Play News, the Blu-ray format accounted for 75% of Zack Snyder's Justice League first week unit sales, with 38% of his total tally coming specifically from 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. So that, I believe that covers me and you right out of the gate. I got the 4K. Yeah, I know you got the Blu-ray. 37% standard Blu-ray, 25% DVD. All three formats were available at the brick and mortar stores. Now, anecdotally, I can tell you that for at least the first 2 weeks of its release, the shelves were almost absolutely bare at all of our local Walmarts and Targets. There are always a few DVD copies. Now, I said something about that on Twitter, and immediately had a guy like post a picture of, a full shelf, and he's like, "They're all full here."
Look, it's true. You said anecdotally, and that's
the
accurate word. Colloquially, they were done.
But, I do want to point out that, the fact that they were the number one spot on the disc sales their first week, that is not anecdotal. So screw you, random asshole. Anyway.
I'm sorry your town didn't like it.
Now, here's the other big thing, and I think it's weird that it's happening now, that they're saying this now, specifically. Priya Dogra, president of Warner Media, I'll say that again, president of Warner Media, referred to Zack Snyder's Justice League as a global phenomenon during the HBO Max launch event in Europe today. Now, look, yes, it behooves them to say such things, to push that to the European market. However, they haven't exactly been pushing it before. So we know that Warner Brothers has been a little slow in touting Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I agree. I'm a little torn because on the one hand, that seems like such a fun corporate thing to say before you do something like Fandome. On the other hand, I'm optimistic that that's a fun thing to say before Fandome.
I hold no hope.
I mean, me too. Dear God, I'm the avatar on this particular show for not having hope or optimism. But
man, it would be nice if this was all lead up to some sort of announcement at Fandome, wouldn't it?
Really would. And the Comic-Cons before where the T-shirts were employed, I really hope to be wrong, but this one's I don't know, man. It could be. I'm really holding out hope this time.
Yeah. I mean, just her saying this, it got the hashtag trending again, and it trends like every other day. It seems like
it really does. Well, I mean, it shows up on our thousands, but yeah, it does.
I mean, like hundreds of thousands of people. So it's the demand is there.
It's a known quantity.
I'm saying.
What cracks me up is like, even if you want to discount the possibility of the future, if nothing proves better or more satisfactorily the actual phenomenon part, it's how much fucking effort they put into downplaying it. That's very much the lady does protest too much kind of thing to me.
Yeah.
It's clearly a thing that is spoken about in meetings.
Yeah. So we'll get to more Snyderverse stuff, specifically Snyderverse, even though this is kind of still technically that. And there are a bunch of people saying, "Don't you dare say it." I'm going to say it. Over to the Suicide Squad. They put up a gag reel. I sent you this gag reel. What did you think of the gag reel, Jason?
Oh, the javelin reel?
Largely.
That was pretty funny. My favorite was it Idris that was like kind of behind the camera when Sean Gunn, was licking the window and he was like, I want to be your brother.
I think so. I love that he still had the Calendar Man tattoo on his head.
Like, yeah, and not even so. A couple times during the gag reel, it's not even completely tucked in. Like clearly, they've got him dialed in on the motion cap so that's not a problem. But it's not like he had to pull the toboggan down a little bit.
Yeah, to
cover that up. That cracked me up a little. I don't know why.
Yeah, I personally wasn't very amused by any of it.
I wasn't super amused. Gag reels never like super amused me, but there are things that crack me up about them that are, I don't know. Maybe that's what it's meant to do and maybe not. Desmalchian just like getting hit in the head and
in the nuts.
Was it in the nuts?
I thought he got hit in the nuts.
Oh God, I watched that on my phone. Maybe it hit him differently. I thought it hit him in the head.
Oh yeah, man, I don't know.
Either way, well, all right, nuts is very different. I was about to say like, man, that smarts, but dear God, maybe it stung a lot. And the nuts is a very different thing. One of the things that cracked me up was like every time Margot does something, she immediately goes back to her actual accent.
Yeah.
Like she goes straight from Harley to like it's without a gap goes to Australian.
Yeah. And it's weird.
Like enough that like a couple minutes in and a couple of clips from her where she had done that, I was like, Jesus, she can just swap right back after that? Damn, that's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should have been more amused, but I don't know. Maybe I was just in a mood. I do always think it's weird when they censor the gag reel to an R-rated movie.
I mean, yeah, but I kind of thought that was a joke.
Oh, I didn't. I just like, this is weird.
I thought that was.
I'll put a link in the show notes for people who want to judge for themselves. It'll be there.
It amused me as much, at least as much as a DVD extra is supposed to amuse you.
Mm-hmm. Now I have seen some gag reels that in my time that were better than the thing that they were shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Wound up being. Maybe my favorite gag reel of all time is the end of series gag reel they did for Seinfeld, which was just my sides hurt from just watching people like not be able to not laugh at Jerry Stiller. Just anyway. James Gunn has confirmed a top secret DC Comics project after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He was having a conversation with fans. He'd posted this thing celebrating his 6-year anniversary with his girlfriend, Jennifer Holland. And he said his secret DC project was something else other than Deadshot versus Bloodsport, which is a fantastic idea, by the way.
Oh, and I would love to take all the what ifs about this script.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, man.
And
give me a 30-minute short on that even. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, he confirmed that there would be no mention of it at DC Fandome. And
I like the forward-thinking part. Just don't expect it.
So it is something other than Peacemaker, for sure. Did you see this? They did Batman Day. We missed Batman Day. Well, I didn't miss it. I was around.
I was around and present. I wasn't heavily invested, but I'm aware.
They put out a new picture.
I'm always thinking a little bit about him, so yeah.
Every day is Batman Day for us.
A little bit.
Let's be honest. They put out this new Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman picture. I don't think it was much different than anything I've seen before. Like she's just got her like mask pulled over her face, and we've seen that before. What was kind of cool was Matt Reeves in the editing bay, and he has Batman on the screen pointing a grappling hook. And, I saw a lot of excitement about this, and I'm happy people are excited. I just kind of felt like it looked like every other Batman movie from just with that shot. I'm like, yeah, Batman points a grappling hook. That's what Batman does. Yeah. I don't understand why everyone's like, the grappling hook. This is the first time. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then you had like the opposite version of that where like a lot of the Snyder people were like, Zack did it first. And I'm like, yeah, he had a grappling gun before Pattinson, but I mean, Jesus, Lord, help us. I mean, all the other guys had grappling hooks too.
Yeah.
I mean,
66, it was like a rope, but
right, that he limply tossed.
Yeah,
but
limply tossed across the stage, not vertically.
Right, but Keaton definitely had a grapple.
Yeah, it's one of the major things I'd like to change about the dialogue. Is like, oh my god, they did it first, and blah blah blah. Like, dude, no. No one's done things first. Maybe there's an occasional first, and for that, congratulations. But it did it better. Oh, who cares?
Just maybe. I mean,
did you enjoy the thing where it happened? Because that's what matters. That's it. Like, you don't have to actually compare it to another thing and make a whole argument fucking about it. Did you enjoy the thing or both things? For God's sake, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw a focus pulled grappling hook with a blurry Batman in the background. I mean, okay.
To me, that's a cool shot. I could have that on the wall. It's fine. It's great.
Cool shot. I'd put it on my wall probably.
Yeah. All that matters. Did you enjoy it?
That was all right. I was seriously just like, yep, there's Batman with a grapple.
For me, it's one of those things where you see it and yeah, it feels great, but that's my only thought. Yeah, this looks good in this format, and just this comparison thing, it's harmful. Just enjoy the things. Man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
speaking to anyone new that's actually listening here. I understand, but dear God.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Right.
Can we have a talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it looked cool. Like, I saw it and went, dope. And then I got up and got a sandwich. Like, I didn't go on an all caps rant or anything.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this Michael Giacchino score though? This very short clip of the score that I sent you.
I did. Dear God, I think you were actually struck by lightning.
I was not, but it might wake me up if I do get struck. So,
that was ominous, and actually fit the score you were just talking about. So I'm digging it.
I know. I adore Michael Giacchino, and he has not disappointed me with what he put out. Like, to me, like, I'm like, okay, cool, Batman with the grappling hook, but that score, yes, that is some Batman sounding shit right there.
It is.
I mean, I knew he was gonna like.
It is a really simple score in certain ways. It's dun dun ba doom doom. I mean, it is a very, very simple thing, but I dig the fuck out of it for what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Simple is good, man. Doesn't have to be fucking complex.
Yeah, and knowing him, it'll probably wind up getting like super complex somewhere else.
Oh, it probably will. The only thing that's going to annoy me is like even listening to that clip is it's such a dynamic recording. Like you can hear the doom 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 doom, and then when they break down to like doom doom doom, you can barely fucking like you have to turn your phone up to the very top to listen to it, and you can still just barely hear it. So
yeah.
And then if you go back and refresh, it's going to blow the fucking speakers out.
Yeah.
It's one of those, one of the recordings that I think is going to be one of those things that when I actually get to watch it, I have the same experience of like, man, shit, this is super loud and I can't hear anything that's happening right now. It's the DVD problem though.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching it at home.
Wind up being that.
It doesn't matter as much in theaters.
I just feel like Giacchino just like whipped out his dick and slapped everyone who bitched that this movie was going to have like a Nirvana soundtrack in the face.
Fuck, I wouldn't have minded. But
I wouldn't have either,
still.
Honestly. It's like, okay, well, Batman's fighting a guy. We got Nirvana, all right?
Yeah.
You're right or something. And then, switch over to STP for a second, like just, let's do a 90s Batman. Let's.
Yeah.
I would do that too.
Look, I mean, it's a fine point though. Like, in the trailer, all they did was play pop music, and then he releases the fucking what looks like 64-piece orchestra or something.
Yeah, which I actually heard people making those arguments or saw people making those arguments, and I'm like, first of all, are we really trying to call something in the way pop music? Because I wouldn't call it pop music.
What, Nirvana?
Yeah, no.
That was precisely the thing that Kurt didn't want.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyway, Robert Pattinson teased surprises for DC Fandome in a recent interview with Variety. He says there will be lots of little surprises. He says, me and Zoe did some stuff. It's a fun little thing. There are lots of little surprises for it. I don't know what any of that means, but okay. I'm just excited. I don't know.
I like Cirque du Soleil or something, or okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, my mind always goes to dirty things.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what fun little thing did you guys do?
Yeah.
Will DC Fandome be opening an OnlyFans?
Yeah. No, well, I don't think it can there anymore.
No. They rescinded that. There was such a backlash. They were like, okay, you can still be nudies. Seriously.
Really? I mean, all right,
yes.
Good. So that's their business plan. Good for them.
Yeah, it was like 2 days.
I did not see that update.
Yeah, no, that's a very real thing. Zoe Kravitz talks about fan expectations. She's talking about the hardcore fans here, and she says, I respect them so much, I chose not to think about them when making the movie. If I'm thinking about wanting everyone to like it, and wanting all the fans to like it, I'm not going to actually bring a real person to life. Matt wrote a really interesting story with a complex character, and the relationships are really interesting. All I wanted to do was honor that story. Sometimes with really big movies, it can feel like you're just a puppet and part of this big machine. This felt like an independent movie in the way that there was a real heart and soul and thought being put into the process, into every scene. It was incredibly collaborative. Matt's very specific. It took him a year to make this thing because of COVID. We were in this bubble, really in this world. And it was an incredible experience. To spend a year of your life, and it's very physically demanding. I had to be in very specific shape, and there's a pandemic going on. I'm being zipped into a cat suit every day at 7 a.m., working 12-hour days, and then coming home and working out. It was intense. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to play Catwoman.
I'm not in danger of it, but I can see that.
Sometimes I feel like I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, get away from me, executives.
I told you, we'll not hold a meeting. Not over this.
We didn't say hold a meeting. We said hold your titties. Like, no, that's not. I feel demeaned. Anyway.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of acting jobs are hard and they let on. I just kind of hope they have good breaks in between.
Yeah. I feel like just Joss is over in the corner looking at me talking about, you're going to have to shave that nipple hair.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he the Joker now from Dark Knight?
I don't know. I wanted to shout back at him when you said that, like, shut the fuck up or I won't do your goddamn Shakespeare recitals at night. Creepy bastard.
Oh, this week we're doing hair.
Fuck you. We'll do what we want to do.
Over the Flash, man. Oh, shit. I don't even know. The Flash director, Andy Muschietti, on Batman Day, he posted a spray-painted Michael Keaton Batman suit. It was spray-painted red, and then it had like a spray-painted yellow Flash symbol painted over the bat symbol. I don't know what the hell it means, but it made me think of Red Death. It made me think of that.
I like it.
Ben Affleck, man, he was just doing like a little red carpet interview thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to Variety, and they asked him how it was going, how the Flash was, what it was like to be Batman in the Flash. And he says it was a really nice way to revisit that, as the prior experience had been difficult.
Mm-hmm.
He said, this was really lovely, really fun. I had a great time. I love Ezra, and I had a chance to see Jason, who's over there making Aquaman. I'm probably under some gag order that I'm not even aware that I probably just violated, and now I'm going to be sued.
I loved that part. It was an incredibly candid little moment.
Yeah. But it was nice to hear that he actually had a good time.
Yeah. I
mean, and he's still so svelte.
Yeah, he's still in good shape. I felt like the entire thing was basically like, fuck everything before. That was bullshit. God damn it. But I love these guys, and it was nice to spend some time in a non-hostile environment where I didn't have to like hold someone up to the wall by their neck and threaten them because they threatened one of my coworkers.
Mm-hmm. And now, Variety asked George Clooney about The Flash, and he said, "They didn't ask me. When you destroy a franchise the way I did, usually they look the other way when The Flash comes by." And Clooney's wife said her husband, George, won't allow her to watch it.
Yeah.
He says there are certain films I just go, I want my wife to have some respect for me. I don't know, man. It sounds kind of misogynist to me, man. Like,
yeah.
You won't let your wife watch Batman and Robin? The hell?
I want to play along with the joke, but the thunder was so good behind it.
No, you know what? I actually hope this is a ruse. I hope he was. First of all, I don't know why Clooney keeps saying this, because it was not his fault what happened with that movie. It was 100% the studio. Well, maybe 60-40 the studio and Joel Schumacher. Who knows? But it wasn't his fault. That dude can act. I've seen it.
Oh, it definitely not.
I would love to see him in The Flash as another Batman.
100%. I saw that little interview too, and I mean, come on, he's being facetious as fuck. But
oh yeah.
Don't take the headlines as sincerely as they may come across. He also kind of admits later that like, yeah, my kids are eventually going to watch it, and I'll just have to cop to it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate how much he thinks that this is going to be something. So
yeah, it seems noble in a way that he's taking on the brunt of the blame, but I don't think it was his fault. And yeah, he is. There's a air of facetiousness to it, but still, I'm just kind of like, man, stop saying this. You go to them and say, second chance. Aquaman 2, or I should say Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. They have added Randall Park to the Lost Kingdom cast, which we already knew that he was probably going to show up again because he was in the first one. He was like the lone scientist who was like, Atlantis is real. Shut up, scientist. And they added some new people. Johnny Zhao, India Moore, and Vincent Regan. Now, Zhao will play Stingray, an original character created for the movie. And by the way, that does sound familiar. I had to look it up. It's a very, very, very low rent Marvel character. Not at all connected. Regan is going to play Atlan, the once ruler of Atlantis before the ancient kingdom was lost to the sea, who appears briefly in Aquaman. Now I remember that dude from like Crisis. So, okay, cool. And I'm and Moore plays Karshan, aka the Shark, who's a Green Lantern villain with psychokinetic and telepathic powers. I don't know. What are they doing with this movie? Like, I still haven't gotten like a beat on what's happening in this thing. I'm just like, okay. So you got Black Manta, you got damn Stingray, you got Shark, I don't know.
Yeah, the
Atlan.
That
Arthur's,
That's how we felt about the first one, though. It was going to be an Aquaman movie with Momoa, and we thought, let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Momoa says that they're pulling out all the stops. It's just like, I feel like every time they make a sequel to anything, this is what they say.
No, we're doing everything we can.
We all learned something on the first one. It's exciting because I haven't made too many sequels. Mm-hmm. I just know that it's even on the page, it's absolutely wonderful, said the guy who co-wrote it. He seriously co-wrote the story. He says, there's so much going on. I think the stakes are a lot higher. There's a lot of comedy. So, I mean, I giggled reading it. You giggled writing it, you ass. There's a lot of fun, and definitely the action's bigger. I don't know. Just knowing that he co-wrote it, I'm just sitting there going, like, don't sit there and say how great the script is.
I mean, co-wrote, I'm hoping he just means, like, he got sent files and read them and enjoyed the embellishments, all that.
I mean, I think he co-wrote the story with James Wan or somebody. I have seen over and over again that he co-wrote the story. Maybe not the script, so maybe he's reading what they added. I will try to give him the benefit of the doubt because I like Momoa.
He's an enthusiastic motherfucker.
I want to hug him.
Yeah, I do. I would gladly throw tomahawks with that motherfucker. Seriously.
I don't want to do that.
Sounds fun.
I just want to hug and I want to go home.
Yeah, I want a pint and some tomahawks.
Yeah, you're one of those guys. One of those guys who likes to pretend that he's a real man.
Yes.
Know? Like Momoa.
Yeah, I have many faces. One of them is I want to throw knives and drink beer. The other one is I want to talk nerd shit.
You're like, gee whiz, Mr. Momoa, let me throw a tomahawk with you.
Yes.
I got it. Let's do this. Yeah, all right, buddy. I'm just playing, man. You're a real man. You got a kid. And you stuck around.
That's just a matter of sleep deprivation.
I can't negate, those 90s commercials I saw when I was growing up.
Oh, the very special episodes?
No, it's like just commercials that would come on. It's like, any man could be a father, but it takes a real man to be a dad.
Oh, okay. That thing that was condensed in a way that made me cry in the second Guardians movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, be who you are. Oh. That line was fucking. That made me cry.
Yeah, no, I liked Guardians too. I know several people didn't, but I don't mind humor.
I don't mind humor. I have some objections to some of the humor, but just because the joke didn't fall for me. But that line, what is it? He might have been your father, but I was your dad.
Yeah, I was your daddy.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Something like that, yeah. Over to Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
They have, someone has leaked various costumes for Black Adam. Looks like some Hawkman stuff, maybe a Dr. Fate in there. I'm pretty sure it's mostly Hawkman. Those Hawkman helmets, man. My God, all of that shit looks so good.
It does.
I will be beside myself if it turns out to be like, some 3D printer guy in his basement fooling us all. But if that's what it looks like, hell yeah.
If that's what's happening, Jesus, man, that guy has a budget.
Yeah. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. David Sandberg says, I'm making temp VFX in my post-production office, still using my old copy of Action Essentials 2 from Video Copilot, especially for smoke during Shazam transformations. It's going good. Eager to get some VFX in there so I can show it to people and see how it plays. Just giving us a little update, and it's exciting to see it. It's exciting to see that it's getting closer to a Shazam sequel, because I really liked the first one. I found this interesting. Batgirl director Bilal Fallah hints at more Snyderverse connection. He put up a picture of himself on Instagram just staring at Affleck's cowl. Like there was like a whole, like Affleck's cowl was like right in the foreground with him. In the background, there's like the Wonder Woman 1984 Eagle armor helmet, and there's like another Batman and some other stuff. Like, why are you showcasing that? I don't know. It feels like it's in the Snyderverse. That's all I'm saying. It feels like it's in Snyderverse. And Natalie Holt, who composed Loki, is scoring the Batgirl movie. I haven't watched Loki yet. Have you? Didn't you? I thought you did.
Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking fantastic.
Was the music good?
Didn't focus on it, but yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, cool.
I'm flashing back to like the last episode, and yeah, I'm going to go with solid.
All right. Misha Green was on social media and asking her followers to help her, quote, procrastinate from writing while also thinking about writing. Asking for questions about screenwriting, storytelling, and TV making that she would do her best to answer. And there were some Black Canary questions in there. Someone asked what her feelings were on biker jackets and fishnets.
Nice.
And she said, love biker jackets and fishnets. Someone else asked if the Black Canary project would go into detail about Dinah's past and backstory. And she says, or she replied with a series of zipper mouth emojis. Sounds like a yes to me. She teased lots of research for the project. And then Gail Simone replied, who wrote Birds of Prey and a ton of shit over the years over at DC, says, I know you absolutely don't need it, but if there's ever anything I can help you with in research, let me know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I found interesting. Oh, she did say, this is about her style of writing. She says, after the first draft, it's easier to hear each character's voice, and in the rewriting, you go back and pull their voices out more and delete and change things that don't quite fit with the character that they were doing mostly to service the story, and then you keep rewriting more. I like the attention to detail on character. That's my most important thing. A movie can have fascinating characters, and I don't care if it has a plot. I don't care if it has action. It could just literally be shit, dude. Like, at this point, one of my favorite trilogies is the Before trilogy. Like, and that's just almost nothing but two people just walking around talking, and then sitting and smoking and talking.
Yeah,
wonderful movies. In a new GQ undercover interview, Will Smith. They were asked about about James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and Will Smith said, I was working and they were ready to shoot. It was a timing issue as to why he didn't show back up as Deadshot. And then he said, they left Deadshot out, right? Idris is playing a different character, or is he playing Deadshot? And then they told him he was a different character. He says, all right, cool, so I can come back. So Will Smith's he's willing and ready.
He said that before. I just like that. I like that it's confirming that, no, for sure, they were going to be different people.
Yeah, I didn't remember that it had been said before.
No, it was just one of those, like, it was one of those things about the script that they were like, no, we were just replaced him with this guy.
Oh, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah. I like the confirmation here.
David Ayer's, by the way, still cranking out pictures from his Ayer cut. He put out a couple since we've been gone. One of Joker with a gun under his chin, laughing maniacally, sitting on the ground in his like little ha-ha chamber where he had all the guns and the baby dolls and shit laid out. And then one of like a man in a goat mask holding a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it that's a good sign. I hope that's a good sign that things are underway. Like David Ayer seems like a pretty busy guy. I can't believe that he's just like getting off of like a 16-hour day shooting a movie or something and then going home and like being like, and now it's time to look at my old Suicide Squad cut and put out screenshots online. Of course, maybe he is. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah.
This was pretty interesting. It doesn't really give us a lot, but Joaquin Phoenix was talking to the Playlist, and he gave this statement on Joker 2. I mean, I don't know. From when we were shooting, we started to, this is an interesting guy. There are some things we could do with this guy and could explore further. But as to whether we actually will, I don't know. And then they basically brought up the idea that this doesn't, like, he suggests that Joaquin wouldn't do that sort of thing, like a sequel in the interview. And Phoenix responds coyly, smiling, what kind of thing? Interesting character? Interesting movie? So I don't think that's a no from Joaquin.
No.
You guys.
You wily bastard.
It's like interesting characteristic. So you've got an idea. Like that's what I'm getting is you guys have an idea. You don't know if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But
also given him though, he just might be in that mode where he's like, oh, I don't know. Do you mean since I just work sporadically when I actually feel like it on the things that I feel like working on?
He's like, don't try to pin me down, you piece of shit.
Do you mean if it fits my standard criterion that I might work on it? Yeah.
All right. Well, when we get back, we've got some Peacemaker news. They released a clip. We've got some interesting rumors about Supergirl. And we've got some interesting confirmations about Supergirl and The Flash and a bunch of other stuff. That's right. We'll be getting into TV news. See, I'm screwing up. Mm-hmm. We should just not do the show now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, more words from more mystery sponsors.
Delete everything that's happening. If I'm being honest, you're doing great, man.
Hey, good.
Hanging in there.
And we are back from urinating and having a very long conversation about that Mitchell and Webb look, which is a fantastic series. If you've never seen it, check it out. Peacemaker. Let's talk about Peacemaker for a second. Mm-hmm. James Gunn was talking about why he chose Peacemaker over Bloodsport for a spinoff. He says, at the end of the Suicide Squad, Bloodsport learns a lot. He's a better person than he was at the beginning. A lot of the characters are much better than they were at the beginning. And Peacemaker still has a lot to learn. It's that ability to learn that for me makes him a little bit more likable. His blind spots in some places are pretty terrible, and in some places are him being ignorant. I think that's an important distinction to make as well. He is open at the same time. Sometimes.
What I'm hearing is, I would like more time with this piece of shit.
I would like to mold this
I can do something here.
Further.
Yeah.
They released this Peacemaker clip. Mm-hmm. I didn't like laugh out loud or anything, but I thought it was fun. Like, I liked seeing, how everyone is basically talking shit about him. Like, oh my God, why is he wearing that uniform? Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't believe he's coming in here like this. Oh, what is the point of that helmet? What is, why would you, how is that a stealthy costume? And he's like, it strikes fear into the heart of my enemies, he's just so serious about it. He's like, it's a new costume. I'm breaking it in. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it would be good. Also all the objections, dude, it's like a minute out of what's going to be probably 32 minutes or something of airtime.
Oh yeah.
It's only a minute. And even if you didn't like it, just give it another shot. But I did like it. And for exactly those reasons, it's kind of flippant. It reintroduces the characters that we're supposed to get back into. Introduces an eagle, apparently.
Eagly?
It's not a creative man.
No.
Creative about how to kill people, I guess, but not a creative man in general.
Nah.
He's not going to mimic, Van Gogh or something in his art style recently.
Right.
But, it's still a lot of fun, and it's still a bunch of charismatic people around a table. I don't care if you think this is the lamest fucking minute of the entire series. There's still something there that might be worth watching.
Yeah, no, I was intrigued. I thought it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. That was delightful. I'm good. I feel like it. I feel like based on what we've seen just this minute, it does not feel like the Suicide Squad.
Oh, no.
And while I enjoyed the Suicide Squad, I think this is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, Supergirl's ending very soon. Mm-hmm. So here's a weird thing. That hashtag show, which, grain of salt, but I really hope this one's true. They're saying that they are developing a Sasha Calle Supergirl show for HBO Max.
I mean, so far I'm in.
And they said it would have at least a guest appearance by Michael Keaton's Batman.
I like it, but it's still that hashtag show. So
I know. I'm just saying. I really dig this rumor. If it's not true, HBO Max, get on it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we knew that they were developing a Supergirl movie. This report does seem to suggest that the transition from movie to TV series was a result of script rewrites, which seems like they just needed, a little more real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I am down for that. I want more. Superman and Lois is now available to stream on HBO Max, so jump on it.
I like it.
That's a fantastic show. Did you ever finish that show?
No, not quite. I'm a couple episodes short.
You son of a bitch.
No. That was the one I made the most progress on, and it was accidental.
Yeah. Stargirl. Joel McHale was promoted to series regular for season 3.
Bless his heart.
And I don't know how far you are behind, but apparently tonight's episode was just very Joel McHale and John Wesley Shipp centric, if I understand it correctly. I haven't watched it yet. I'm just this one behind. The season 2 finale of Stargirl, by the way, is on Tuesday, November 2nd at 8/7 Central. So over The Flash, the TV show, we got Eric Wallace over here, Mr. Spoiler himself, who just likes to get out there and just tell you what's happening on the show.
Yeah. I think he may know what's going to happen at the end of time, and we'll find out soon.
Yeah. He says, I know you're not caught up on The Flash. Have you watched any of The Flash for season 7?
Dear God, man. No.
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm so woefully behind on all of it.
All right. Well, there's a really
it pains me.
I'll say this, okay? There's a very there's a lot of annoying stuff, but Iris gets a time sickness.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Wallace says Iris's time sickness gets dealt with after Armageddon. That's the big 5-part crossover that Flash season 8 starts on. And he says solving Iris's time sickness is a huge, huge part of the entire season, and it will take all season to solve that. And that will have big ramifications for Barry and Iris's relationship and marriage. Like, we just got done with, ramifications for their marriage. I'm tired of this. I don't want to see Iris have a sickness all season. I don't want her to be murdered by Savitar all season. We got to solve that all season. Y'all, come on. Do something different. This sounds tedious to me.
Based on your description,
sorry.
I think I agree. I want to dig in and see if I have a refutation of some kind, but it does sound not super enticing.
All right. But what does, to me, Jay Garrick is returning to The Flash for season 8, so I'm happy about that. I always like to see John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, there's no version of him appearing that I'm opposed to.
Yeah, no, I like him. Over to Melissa Benoist's Supergirl. The Supergirl showrunners are teasing a love story for Lex Luthor and Nyxly in the final episodes. I'm sure you're behind. Nyxly is a fifth-dimensional annoying thing, and I'm disgusted that they would put Lex and Nyxly together.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Naturally.
This is exciting, though. Batwoman has confirmed in their season 3, episode 2 synopsis, they've confirmed Killer Croc. When a new incarnation of Gotham's swamp-slumming Killer Croc surfaces and starts racking up a body count, the inaugural team of Batgirl and Alice is put to the test. Okay. I'm good. Let's do that.
I'm in.
Killer Croc eating people. All right, so Legends of Tomorrow, they have revealed, I think we talked about this before, maybe on the show, but there is going to be a Bebo holiday special.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's airing Wednesday.
Fucking irony. I love it.
Yeah. Wednesday, December 1st at 8/7 Central with an encore presentation on Tuesday, December 21st at 8/7 Central. Bebo Saves Christmas is described as follows. Everyone's favorite fuzzy toy-turned-furry god will once again be a hero as he tries to save Christmas in an all-new animated 1-hour special, Bebo Saves Christmas. When Sprinkles, voiced by Chris Kattan, an efficiency-obsessed elf, decides that Christmas would run better without Santa Claus, voiced by Ernie Hudson. Bebo, voiced by Ben Diskin, and his friends travel to the North Pole to help discover what truly makes Christmas meaningful. Also starring Kimiko Glenn as the voice of Tweebo, Yvette Nicole Brown as the voice of Turbo, Keith Ferguson as the voice of Fleabo, and Victor Garber as the narrator. Bebo Saves Christmas is produced by Warner Brothers, blah, 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 bullshit. Solid voice talent in there.
That's actually,
at the very least.
They're killing it there.
One of my favorite pieces of news right here, Whitworth Miller to return to Legends of Tomorrow as Captain Cold in the 100th episode.
Damn straight.
Everybody knows Legends of Tomorrow. We know Captain Cold went out. He got dead good in the final episode of season 1. Mm-hmm. According to TV Line, though, he's going to reprise the role in the 100th episode. It's going to be directed by Katie Lotz, who is the star of the series. And it's going to air Wednesday, October 27th. And it looks pretty interesting. We're going to get a look back through the eyes of Wave Rider, of Gideon. Phil Klemmer says the whole episode really is predicated on memory and Gideon's memory. It occurred to us in being forced to do a retrospective of 100 episodes that Gideon really is the only person who saw everything. Obviously, Sarah has been there from the very beginning, but she's just a person. There were things that she missed.
I love it. This is a good angle.
It is. So we're really excited about going back through the seasons and sort of tracking the evolution of the show, doing that through Gideon's eyes. And he also mentions this is going to allow newer legends to meet some of the original team. And more than that, the episode will feature some special guest stars in addition to Miller. I'm on board. I'm down. I love this idea.
Yep, I'm into it.
What I'm also into, did you watch this teaser for The Sandman for Netflix? By any chance? I didn't send you a link to it. I'm sorry. I mean, it is basically, it is like almost word for word, shot for shot, panel for panel, the opening where the priests like call forth, death or their kin and wind up getting Dream.
Yes.
I mean, it is exact.
Yeah. And
it looks dope. It looks so good, man. It looks so good.
I'm gonna look it up later. I've just finished like season 2 of listening, but I'll look that up later.
Yeah. And Neil Gaiman decided to tell us why he recast Constantine in the new series. He did admit that the rights situation with John is certainly circumscribed right now, but the plan to have Lady Joanna and Joanna be in the story and played by the same person was there from the start. It seemed tidier, so it worked out. So they were always planning on just having Jenna Louise Coleman play both sort of the Lady Johanna and Joanna as opposed to John Constantine.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
So, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm very interested to see what she'll do.
Stuff like this clears up. Like, it's not an outright impossibility that he shows up still, for being honest.
It's not.
I wouldn't spend time hoping for it, but it's not set in stone. Nothing is.
All right, did you look at the Injustice movie, Red Band trailer?
Dear God.
I sent you.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the story of Injustice, but I remember the fine points, and Joker got really dead real quick. That's the main point.
Yeah, and the guy I can't remember who's doing Joker. He delivered that line well. That's what I call a punchline.
Yeah. I like the thinking before that about like all this time, all these years, you're still asking me for a reason or something. Yeah, that was good too. It's a really good concept, man.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
God, so much fun.
I'm pissed off, by the way, because McFarlane's putting out all these badass DC multiverse figures, right? And I'm like addicted to them like crack. And they've also got like a Mortal Kombat 11 series out that are like 7 inches. And now I'm over here that I'm seeing that they're releasing Joker in the Mortal Kombat line. I'm like, you sons of bitches are supposed to be. So what? You just can't make enough damn DC figures, so you just got to start bringing it. Oh, well, he was a DLC character. We're gonna have our version of the Joker over here. Now I'm gonna have to start getting some Mortal Kombat shit.
Like it wasn't part of your life.
It wasn't. I mean, it was,
Yeah,
but
it was.
not on that level.
You grew up in the same time frame. It's impossible for it not to be.
I did. I'll get that Joker and I'll move on.
That's fine.
But yeah, no, Mortal Kombat was a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I was seriously, like, the other day, I was just driving down the road, and I was on the phone with my wife, and I just started going, I am the chosen one. All right. I am the chosen one. All right. She's just like, oh, buddy.
There are even little side characters like Smoke or something. There are moments I wish I could just be like, let's fight. And then it gets real. I'm like, okay, cool. Vanish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, somebody will say something to me, and I'll just turn on them and go, test your might. The other day, I told my sister to choose your destiny. She's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I laughed maniacally like Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 3's character menu, or actually it was the difficulty level menu.
Yeah.
Anywho. Yeah, Injustice looks great.
Deeply into that one.
Yeah, one more weird thing. There's a thing called Webtoons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they're free web comics. And on Batman Day, they released one called Batman Wayne Family Adventures. And it's a little kidsy, and it's cute. Like, what I saw of it looked like Cassandra and Dick and Jason and a bunch, the Wayne kids, Damian, fighting over the last cookie. And Duke Thomas is there. Look, this thing wound up getting 400,000 readers in the first 2 days alone.
Dear God. All right.
Yeah. In the comic, it follows Bruce Wayne and the challenges he faces as a father figure to an endless supply of adopted, fostered, and biological superhero children. Which is an enjoyable synopsis, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it's so popular that this is official. This is licensed. This isn't a fan-made thing. I thought it was at first. There's a live-action adaptation already happening. It's directed by Isma Hawke's Danny Shepard, and director of photography is by Jeremy Lee, and it's going to be on Isma Hawke's YouTube channel, but it is officially licensed. And it's a 3-part live-action miniseries. With a synopsis, Batman needs a break, but with new vigilante Duke Thomas moving into Wayne Manor and an endless supply of adopted, fostered, and biological superhero children to manage, Bruce Wayne is going to have his hands full. Being a father can't be harder than being Batman, right? And let's see here. It's going to premiere mid-October.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jonathan Bentley as Bruce Wayne, Yoshi Sudarso as Dick Grayson Nightwing, Lisa Foyles as Barbara Gordon / Oracle, Tim Neff as Jason Todd, Peter Sudarso as Tim Drake, Megan Camarena as Stephanie Brown, Gemma Nguyen as Cassandra Cain, Carter Rockwood as Damian Wayne, Dushant Fikshun Stigall as Duke Thomas.
I'm sure you gave
and
that
Marcus
your best
Weiss
shot.
as Alfred. I sure did. And I sent you a trailer for it. It actually doesn't look bad, honestly. Like, I've seen about 17 pictures from the show too.
No, it could just do.
I guess it's just such a weird thing, but hey, this is where we're at. So that's all the DC news for now. I feel kind of empty now. Like, I've just vomited all the Mitchell and Webb things out in between the break, and all the DC things out in the show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, that'll definitely do it.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a shower and go to sleep.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if you want to keep going, like, how do you feel about apples?
I'm for them.
Okay, cool. Well, we went as far as we could after the fact. And,
yeah.
Wait, green or red?
Oh, red.
Oh, God damn you.
Oh, what?
Go fuck yourself. Show's over.
Actually, I was referencing the Mitch Hedberg bit where he was talking about the first people to come up with the club sandwich, or he's like, "We'll start a club. How do you feel about frilly toothpicks? I'm for them."
I feel like you could say a lot of foods with like that distinct Mitch Hedberg accent and kind of invoke a joke that you're not even sure you're trying to do.
Yeah, you could. But I did mean to do it.
I know. But you could, like, if you used his accent and was like, foie gras, you would probably imagine there was some joke in there you'd forgotten because it's been, 20 years.
I mean, I feel bad, but I think my favorite Mitch Hedberg bit is still from That 70s Show, where he's like working at the restaurant where the kids eat, and he's like, "I did not lose a leg in Vietnam to wait on teenagers." And they're like, "You didn't lose a leg in Vietnam. You have both your legs." He's like I said, I did not lose a leg in Vietnam.
That was a good bit.
I'm sure the writers wrote that, but it was very Hedberg.
It felt right.
All right, that's it. We're done. DCOnscreen.com every episode. Patreon.com/DCOnscreen. $1 a month, man. That's what gets you every episode ad free. And then $5, that's like, that's like the chocolate with the cream in it. You know what I mean? That's when, like, once a year I remember to upload something exclusive. And until next time.
More if reminded.
Yeah, you got to hound me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to stay on my ass with a cattle prod.
A polite request. Just like a simple, pretty carrier pigeon.
"Pardon me, sir. Might we have something?" I'm like, "Well, I've got 20 minutes of us talking about that Mitchell and Webb look. I don't know what that is, but that's what I've got."
We'll send it back.
We're basically just saying punchlines and laughing our dicks off.
That feels more like a Discord moment.
Indeed.
DC
you're
on
talking
screen.
about the platform.
DC on screen live watches Mitchell and Webb look.
I would do it, but just for the hell of it.
Laugh their twats off. Yep.
I laughed so hard that pimple on my ball sack burst.
That's not at all what I was going for, but okay.
I could have sworn I wasn't ready this morning.
No. Just do like a shortcut. Just cut the audio off like several seconds ago.
No, whatever happened. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.
Our intro music is by Jason Goss and Michael Shackelford. Michael's band, Galactic Engineers of Magnetic Sounds, or GEMS, can be found on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Visit DCOnscreen.com to find our Patreon, merch, contact information, and every episode of the show for free, including crossovers we've done with other podcasts. DC On Screen is a maladjusted production. For more from me and Jason, including sketch comedy, vlogs, parodies, and our improvised web series Hey Guy, visit maladjusted.tv.